I am Josie's daughter, and I am her favorite firstborn daughter, and my sister is her favorite secondborn daughter. You should have seen their reactions the first time they heard that. It was priceless. I am also the granddaughter of Laura and of Ruth, and also Arlena. I am the great-granddaughter of Eveline, Susan, Minnie, and Maddie. And I am Elise's great-great-granddaughter. And although I have only faint memories of one of these remarkable women, they were the astonishing matriarchs of my maternal and paternal lineage. These queens were virtuous and supreme in the eyes of their family. And I am a beneficiary of their prayers nearly 2 centuries ago, their wisdom, their hopes, and their dreams. These are the remarkable women, my sheroes, on whose shoulders I humbly stand. Now, I would ask you, the audience, to do me a quick favor. If you would close your eyes, and I want you to envision, maybe daydream about what a queen looks like to you. And then I want you to just hold on to that for just a moment. And then, if you will open your eyes, and what did you envision your queen to look like? Oh, me? I'm glad you asked. My queen, she looked like me. Yes, she looked like me. When I think about a queen or a dream about her, and I look into the mirror, I see me. I see my daughter, my granddaughters, my goddaughters. I see my mother, my sister, and beautiful black and brown women who look like me. Do you know that there was a study? Well, first, let me tell you. What we envision matters. What others envision us to be and treat us matters. And how we respond to how we're treated matters. So I'm going to need you to treat me like the queen I am. A psychologist, Dr. Steve Hoekstra, conducted a study where he talked with students, college students from both a historically black university as well as a predominantly white university. And what they found was that real life race matters in the dream world. So we dream and think about things for what we see in our daily lives as well as what we see in the media. Did you know that we train people how to treat us? And again, I'm going to need you to treat me like the queen, and remember to have others treat you in that way as well. So when I imagine the characteristics of a queen, I see her as a leader who's not afraid to follow. She's exquisite, uplifting. She is poised, and she is the most powerful chess piece in the game. And just like the majestic queen bee, everything revolves around her. She's immediately recognized when she appears. And no matter what she has on, whether she has a crown literally or figuratively on her head, no matter her age, no matter where she lives, she's fascinating, powerful, and all heads turn in her direction. It is my belief that black and brown girls epitomize beauty, elegance, and an immeasurable tone of immeasurable strength since the day they were born. Now, I know that some will feel this is not necessarily true, but they are the drivers of intellectual wealth and spiritual guidance within their families and communities. And so I know that often they're stripped of these gifts early in life, and they lose sight of their rich destiny until they are reminded and encouraged that they are queens and possessors of the crown. This is a bold statement, and again, some may question its validity. It's important that we're not so concerned about what people perceive as factual in the lives of remarkable Black and brown girls and women, but that they are brought into this world with the intellect, strength, and ability to do anything they desire. And then within moments, someone or something in society tells or demonstrates to them that they don't belong, that they're incapable, they're not smart, or perhaps that their natural hair is deemed inappropriate, or the tone of their voice and their demeanor allows people to believe that they are angry or aggressive. Perhaps they're not pretty enough in accordance with standards of a population uniquely different than their own. When I was growing up, I was surrounded by a strong village of beautiful Black women, both familiar and community. Women whose earned education was both formal and informal. And although I was quiet and shy, it was instilled in me that I was destined for greatness. There's not a time in my life that I cannot remember that they did not encourage me. When I didn't believe in myself, others believed in me, that I would capture what was rightfully mine, the crown. Hold your head high, be confident. When you are an atmosphere changer. And girl, when you enter a space, shine when you grace it, girl, shine. And so I cannot remember a time when my village of women were not present either physically or emotionally. Even though many of them have taken their rest with the ancestors, I feel their strength, their courage. I feel the legacy they made in my life. And as I got older, my sacred sister circle of strong peer relationships began. Those were my cousins, my college friends, sorority sisters, colleagues, all who spurred my growth and cultivated my pursuit of the crown. So it's only natural that I use them as my template and I serve as their protege as we move toward encouraging more queens to possess the crown in their continued development as fierce girls and women. Now, I want you to think about your circles of influence and how you will cultivate the crown in Black and brown girls and women. I want to encourage you to think about these three things. Number one, what if she understood that possessing the crown is about continued growth and self-reflection? Number two, what if she knew that she had a sisterhood of other girls and women, mentors and role models? That she had a village, a community to lean into and on. And number three, what if she knew that when she walked in her purpose, she allowed other queens to be able to walk in theirs? What if we knew that if we invested in the lives of Black and brown girls and women, it might not just change their lives, but the lives of future generations? So I've shared with you the legacy for me with my grandmothers and my beautiful village of Black and brown women. Now I want to share with you a life-altering growth experience I had as a young adult. Now I want you to know, I have only shared this with a handful of people ever. Yet, here I am choosing this moment, this platform, to allow myself to be susceptible. But as researcher, author, and TED Talk speaker Brené Brown tells us, vulnerability is sometimes necessary. So in high school, I did well. Now, it's not like I graduated magna or summa cum laude or even thank you laude. Oh, good. Some of y'all get that later, though. But I was above average in my classes and my academics. But when I got to college, it was a totally different story. Some of y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. College is hard. And I had classes that I didn't even like, had no interest. So that made it very difficult even more. So needless to say, my first semester in college was not kind to me academically. I failed miserably. No, not every class. But the result was that I temporarily lost an academic scholarship and placement on academic probation. I was devastated. My parents, and especially my queen mother, loved on me, supported me, along with that village of amazing Black women, all confident that I would rise above my circumstances. When I turned to campus spring semester, I was summoned to the office of the new director of our university's Black Cultural Center. This office, like many across the country, served as a support, encouragement, resource for students who were considered historically marginalized, as well as having campus-wide programs for cultural and educational experiences. Now, Dawn, the director, was an amazing African-American woman, confident, intelligent, and with a kind and friendly demeanor. But she was very matter-of-fact. So she sat me down and she asked me about my first semester experience. Then she asked the dreaded question, "What happened to your grades?" So I was embarrassed, as I still am, teary eyes that formed and rolled down my cheeks silently. And I shared my first semester college experience with Dawn. And she listened intently, and without hesitation, she told me that I could and I would graduate from college. She encouraged me to walk in my purpose, and she guided me to resources that would ultimately yield me success. Until this day, Dawn still remains my mentor, a truth teller, confidant, and my friend since that very moment. And years later, when I walked across the stage, having earned my Ivy League doctorate degree, it was Dawn who hooded me as she served as my dissertation sponsor. So I want to remind you, it's not always how you start, but it's how you finish. And she reminded me to take the tilt out of my crown, to get further in my incredible growth and journey as a queen and possessor of the crown. So I am a direct recipient of what it means to invest in the lives of Black and brown girls and women. At the beginning of our conversation here, I asked you to close your eyes and envision what a queen looked like to you. I believe we established that she looked like me. Okay. So I want you to close your eyes again, and I want you to remember the three things we talked about earlier. That one, she understands what it means to possess the crown. Two, that she has a community to lean into and on. And number three, if she walks in her purpose, another queen is encouraged to walk in theirs. All right. So I want you to think about how you will cultivate the growth in our Black and brown girls and women to help them see themselves as queens and possessors of the crown. Take a few moments and open your eyes. And then my last that I want to share with you, my beloved queens, this affirmation. I want you to know that I have many hopes and dreams for you. because you are the quintessential masterpiece, the blueprint equipped for fierceness. Move in your authority and purpose. Walk in your gifts and talents. Everything you need is already within you. As a queen cultivating your crown, you are on an expedition. Approach and travel through your experience with determination and confidence. Sometimes the crown will get heavy. Rest and then keep it moving. And girl, get yourself a village, a community. Create a sacred sister circle. Truth tellers, confidants, people who will help you to grow and tell you things that you don't always want to hear. But that's how you grow. And befriend other queens, because stand tall, because like diamonds and pearls, you are precious and rare. And darling, remember that you have royal blood running through your veins. Remember to have the audacity to be unapologetically, authentically you. Sis, please understand that grace is not just how you move, but what you offer to others. And most importantly, love, forgive, care deeply and unconditionally for your spiritual, physical, and emotional self. You, beautiful queen, are worthy. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are more than enough. Rise up, queen. Your crown awaits. Thank you.